Leadership PACs essentially did climb out of the swamp. I mean, they're not recognized by law. They were a contrivance of the Federal Election Commission that back as early as in the 80s decided that incumbent office holders can essentially get around the campaign finance law by setting up these second fundraising committees called leadership PACs that would not be regulated by the campaign finance law.
It began, I think one of the biggest breakthrough moments was when a then second-term member of Congress named Henry Waxman in the election of 1978 used this PAC. He had done similar things in California. He had a political organization in California that was effective inside the legislature, known as the Waxman-Berman machine. Henry Waxman, the second-term member, formed a political action committee and distributed contributions to other members of the Energy and Commerce Committee. And that was the tool he used to beat Richardson Pryor to become chair of the subcommittee on health in 1979, or December 1978.
What the FEC said in response was, sure, you can do so as long as Representative Waxman has not or does not authorize this committee in writing as raising money for his own re-election campaign. And this is what started the whole leadership PAC phenomena, if you want to call it that. The original intent, as stated by these individuals in 1978, was to raise money under an elected official's name for the purpose of distributing in the form of contributions to others.
That became a vehicle, or people looked at that, and people in politics are terrific at emulating the last success and learning from somebody else's good things. And they saw that, gee, I can use this too to further whatever my own agenda might be.
At first, it really was, the term leadership PAC was accurate because it was really just House leaders, a few senators at first, but really people that wanted to move up in the House leadership who created these. They really blossomed, I think, in the Gingrich years when he had leadership PACs and he used them not only to give money to his fellow representatives, but to also use that money to give to state representatives, if you will, the farm team. And by giving money to candidates that were in tough races, when they got into Congress, they were then very beholden to the people who had given money when they needed it the most. After that, if you will, all hell broke loose. Every member said, "Why, I got to get me one. This is great." People can give to the leadership PAC. It doesn't count against their contribution limit to my campaign. I can use that leadership PAC for almost anything under the sun I wish. I can use it for my political ambitions. I can use it to fund a lifestyle that I like. I really have next to no restrictions as long as I don't go out and buy John Doe for Congress bumper stickers with that money. It was pretty much the Wild West about how they could use that money. And so it became a very convenient slush fund.
Well, it's institutional. The name Leadership PAC is not really accurate anymore. It should be called a member PAC because most of the members have these PACs. And they are, in effect, a pot of money, sometimes a very large pot of money, for members to spend as they choose. They can use it to give money to other members or candidates to curry favor and help out. They can use it for costs related to running their office. And they can use it for what are very clear abuses. Travel for pleasure or set up fundraising events that are in effect golfing events or skiing trips, or they can use it to go to the Super Bowl or the NCAA basketball championships or the World Series and have a fundraising event there and have their way paid, and also have lobbyists and corporate executives pay for the whole thing by making contributions to the leadership PAC. The problem here is they do not get much oversight or attention, and they can be used for the personal pleasure of the members.
As you know, so many members do not really have competitive races. And so, ironically, what happens here is you can have someone give a campaign contribution, and the incumbent may not have that tougher race, and they like it. They say, okay, give me $2,000 or whatever that, $4,000. But the good news about the Leadership PAC Fund is you almost can buy more access and more goodwill, because the money that goes into that Leadership PAC Fund is their political slush fund. So the members are even more beholden, more impressed, and you get a little bit more face time, a little bit more access by giving to the Leadership PAC. That is the money the members, the incumbents, love, because they basically can do with that what they want.
So what happens here is the Leadership PAC vehicle allows you to provide substantially more money to a member of Congress. And if you're a lobbyist or a special interest group and you're looking for a relationship and influence with the member of Congress, this has greatly increased the amount of money that you can provide to a member of Congress in ways, frankly, that are not authorized by the statute. Leadership PAC was never provided for in campaign finance laws. It's kind of a hole that is not legal in my view, but that members walk through, and the result is it's a vehicle to buy more influence with a member of Congress than their campaign committee.
It's another of the ways in which members help tilt the deck in favor of incumbents. The incumbent can raise twice as much from a donor as a challenger can through this mechanism. They cannot spend it on their own campaign, but they can use it to cover other useful items.
Campaign finance reform organizations like Public Citizen have frequently made appeals to Congress that leadership PACs need not just be reined in, but for that matter, eliminated. They are an unjustified and, in my opinion, an illegal source of second fundraising for incumbent office holders. There is no statute that recognizes their existence. They should not be allowed to exist. They're a second fundraising mechanism that only incumbents really can make use of. And so, unjustified. Yet, when it comes to congressional action, other than having the disclosure requirement that we were able to achieve as long as lobbyists are involved in the fundraising, the only type of congressional action we keep seeing on the floor of the House and the Senate is to further deregulate leadership PACs.